Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has called for countries in the Caribbean and Latin America to prepare for a timely response to possible outbreaks of the mosquito-borne dengue fever. According to PAHO's latest epidemiological update on dengue published last week, over 560,000 cases of dengue were reported in the region of the Americas last year, including 3,535 severe cases of dengue and 336 deaths. Dengue is endemic in the region, and since its reintroduction in the 1980s, there have been outbreaks and epidemics every 3 to 5 years. PAHO recommends continuing to educate the population as well as community involvement initiatives. The body has asked countries to ensure that health professionals are trained in the diagnosis of dengue and other arboviruses, as well as in adequate management of patients with these diseases. Moving on, the Police Welfare Association is looking to implement a new executive body. Voting took place on the 1st of March. The current president of the Police Welfare Association, Travis Chico, says that although his seat is up for grabs, he remains confident that whoever is chosen will help ensure that the mandate of members is met.
The Police Welfare Association will be tallying up the votes of their election held on March 1, 2019, to elect a new executive board. Current President Travis Chico, who is vying for his seat, says that he is aware of the campaigning for another president. However, he stands firm behind the decisions that he has made as president and looks forward to the results.
There have been a few shortcomings, but as with any executive, you will have some shortcomings. But I think they were better. They were more positives than negatives, and we could move from there. But I know members were campaigning. There was a campaign on the ground. As you know, everybody would not directly conform to having me. Certain persons would have had their views in terms of wanting to take over the chairmanship of the association, but it's not a problem. As I've said, there were a few decisions that would have made me unpopular. One with changing the meeting from the 20th to the 25th. But as I've said, that as a president, I always operate on my conscience, and I do things in good faith. But it is a good day. This afternoon we will be counting the ballots. I will be present, and we will inform the press as to what happens thereafter.
The format of the election favors that of national elections. Chico says that all members will be able to cast their vote and enact change within the executive of the PWA.
We have 5 polling stations. There are 3 mobile and 2 stations. One is stationed in the south of the island, and one is stationed in the north at Central or Beaton Patrol. And we also have boxes moving from Richmond to Micoud, from Babono to Rodney Bay, and from Marigot down to Soufrière. So Labrie and Sozel will be allowed to vote at Vieux-Fort. So what we have is we will be electing the executive of the Police Welfare Association, and quite a few persons have indicated that they have already voted, and polls will be open between 9 to 3 this afternoon.
Chico says that his hat remains in the ring for the position of president, and he hopes to complete the work that was started under his leadership as president of the Police Welfare Association. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solej Alfred.
As part of this year's 40th Independence celebrations, the Department of Education, Innovation and Gender Relations partners with the Darren Sammy Foundation to host an essay competition among primary and secondary school students. The competition provides students with the opportunity to reflect on this year's Independence theme, All in, Our Journey, Our Future, and to consider the contributions which young people can make towards the country's development. The competition requires students to prepare a speech which would inspire other young people to become active citizens in the development of St. Lucia, and which will help them to understand that one person can have a positive impact. This will provide participants with the opportunity to critically examine some of the challenges we face and perhaps recommend some suitable solutions. The Darren Sammy Foundation has donated 4 laptops which will be used for prizes for the winners. The entries will be judged by a carefully selected panel of educators. 2 winners each will be selected from both the primary and secondary schools. The deadline for submission is Friday, the 15th of March. Entries can be submitted to the Office of the Chief Education Officer. St. Lucia joins the rest of the world in observing Self-Injury Awareness Day on the 1st of March. More from Fennell Neptune.
As you probably know, Taste of the Caribbean is the region's premier culinary competition, food and beverage educational exchange, and Caribbean cultural showcase. Since 1993, the Caribbean's best chefs and culinary teams unite at Taste of the Caribbean to compete, to demonstrate their skills, learn from each other, and offer the general public a magnificent exhibition of the most delectable culinary treats of the islands. Taste of the Caribbean also provides a forum for food and beverage professionals to gather practical information, develop skills, sample and purchase, strengthen and establish supplier relationships, and meeting new vendors.
You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Up next, sports news with Tennyson Glasgow.